Hey everyone, David Huffman here. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone for investing their time and taking this journey and learning with me. I've been using and leveraging social media to help me sell and to create more opportunities for myself and my business since the MySpace days, back when I was marketing personal training and supplements. And I've used several other platforms apart from Facebook to market a lot of products and services successfully. For the last 3 years, the majority of my business has come from unpaid, free, organic social media marketing through learning how to leverage my free Facebook profile. A lot of people think Facebook's just pay to play. If you want to market and make sales, you have to use your ads platform and a business page, especially with the new algorithm changes. And if you have a business page, that's probably true. But the good news is there are plenty of ways to leverage your personal page. In fact, you probably see a lot of people, creating celebrity status and being known for something without even realizing it. They are creating a presence that is capable of being monetized and making money. I learned how to leverage my personal page by understanding the algorithm and getting my posts seen by more people, creating and monetizing several groups with tens of thousands of members, learning how to write effective sales copies and create effective Facebook posts that led to engagement, leads, and ultimately sales. I also expanded and targeted my network from under 1,000 to over 10,000 in a few short months using a few other methods a lot of people don't use or know about. I'm excited to share a few of the tricks with you that I learned from almost a decade of experience. Welcome to Social Media Selling. I'm going to show you how, and more importantly, why to use Facebook as a tool for sales and business. And then we're going to go over some of the algorithm secrets and how to get your stuff seen. So stick around. A lot of you are probably asking yourselves, why should I use social media for sales and business? I thought it was just for family and friends. And that's true. But let's take a second and think about the 90s and when email first came out. If you're around and active online at that time, you'll remember that everyone said email was just for family and friends. And by the 2000s, just a few years later, it was a very important tool for business and communication. If you think back to the days before iPhones and flip phones, but a little bit after the Zach Morris brick phone days, right around the Nokia, the first Blackberries, the PDAs launching, I'm talking about the early 2000s. It was a very similar conversation, cell phones or for family and friends. If your family was anything like mine, you also heard, I'm not at work. I don't want to talk to anyone from work. Well, that didn't last long. Now they are a key component of business, and not just business, but everyday life. Let's be honest. How many of us actually have a landline phone plugged into the wall and sitting on the kitchen counter right now? Probably not many of us, but I bet most of us have our latest smartphone plugged into the wall, next computer, in the car, wherever you're listening to this at. Am I right? If you think about social media launching in the mid-2000s with MySpace and a few others, and then evolving into Facebook and Snapchat and LinkedIn and the mainstays now, it's the same concept. Much like all the others, it began being a tool of family and friends and slowly turned into a communication tool used by nearly everyone. Now it's used to look at cat pics, laugh with old friends you lost touch with, creep on that cutie in the cubicle next to you, and more importantly, at least for our purposes and the reason you're here, Facebook and other platforms are used for business and networking more than ever. It is now amongst one of the only equal playing grounds in marketing. Anyone can play, and what I'm about to tell you helps you play for free. By leveraging your social media pages, you are able to monetize your presence and make money off something that creates leverage more than any other time in history. And the best part is, everything I talk about is ad free. That's right. No learning target list, ad copies, landing pages, or any of the stuff you've been avoiding. And that sounds great, doesn't it? Remember earlier when I said most of you are thinking like generations before us and saying social media is for family and friends? You aren't wrong, you see. Social media is for your family and friends, and all the high school classmates you haven't talked to since graduating, and everyone you're about to meet. Bottom line, as it is for the people you know, and a tool you can use to meet more people and expand your network. That's also your sphere of influence. I want you to think about something for a second. Who better to buy from you and do business with you than the people that know, like, and trust you already? Those are the best people to prospect, generate leads from, and get referrals, am I right? Well, that is the power of social media, because it allows you to not only market to those people, but also market to people similar to them, generating both warm and hot leads. Have you ever heard the saying, birds of a flock fly together? I bet if you thought of the 5 closest people to you, that you have a lot of similarities. Similar income, similar taste, similar habits, similar everything. After all, there's a reason you spend time with the closest people and not minivan Jim living down by the river, am I right? Well, a lot of sales and business professionals have this habit of selling vertically. They try to sell above and below their current sphere of influence without even tapping into their sphere of influence, because the little voice in their head says, they don't want my product. They don't want to buy from me. And everything else that inner self wants to believe to sabotage your success. The truth of the matter is we seldom ask because we are scared. I could share numerous stories of clients messaging me saying, oh my God, I'm so pissed. My Aunt Mary bought the same product from someone else. And oftentimes, it leads to me asking, does she know what she do? The answers I get vary. But a lot of times it goes along the lines of, I seen her last Christmas and she should know. Well, that's not good enough. She should know, and your entire sphere of influence should know what you do. You are in the business of helping people, and by keeping that help private, you are doing a disservice to those that you love and yourself. When you reach above or below your sphere of influence, you're reaching out and touching colder leads. Leads that may not know you, trust, or even care to do business with you. Leads that you have no rapport with and no baseline with. Leads that are going to take longer to close, creating a much higher time investment and a lot more no's and a lot more frustration. Prospecting and generating leads on social media allows you to sell horizontally, to sell to those people that love, trust, and want you to succeed. And the best part is you don't even have to annoy them with the same conversation about work. A post every couple of days is enough to keep your name and your face on top of their minds, giving you a much larger chance of being the first person they call when they need something. There's a reason the saying keeping up with the Jones is always thrown around. Wouldn't it be better to take your current sphere of influence and the people more likely to do business with you and buy from you and market to people that are similar to them and on the same field as them? That is selling horizontally, and the ability to target them is what social media marketing allows. It's safe to say that whether you are selling insurance, real estate, cars, multi-level marketing products and opportunities, personal training, and the list of services and products possible is nearly endless. But it's safe to say your target market are adults. They're all 18 and older, they have a job, and they have a disposable income or means to invest in your product or service. The thing is, the U.S. population over 18 and the population that you want to target and do business with is around 250 million people. Now, the number of total Facebook users just in the United States exceeds 200 million. That means that almost 80% of the people you market to and can potentially market to can be found on Facebook, which makes it a great tool for lead generation, prospecting, and ultimately more sales. So pretty much anyone and everyone can benefit from using Facebook to market and brand. Everyone from small mom and pop niche stores, realtors, insurance agents, car salesmen, really just about anyone selling or marketing a product or service. Now, why is this? Well, because it allows you to brand yourself as an expert in your field, reach more people than ever, connect with more people than ever, and most importantly, keep people engaged with you and keeping you fresh on their minds. I have one really weird question to wrap up why social media is so powerful. You ready for it? What happens when you pop popcorn? I'll ask it again. What happens when you pop popcorn? Not after 2 minutes of it being hit with radioactive shit. I mean, when you walk to your pantry, you grab a bag of the buttery goodness out of the box, you walk over to your microwave, you open up the door, you tear the plastic off, you lay that bag down carefully with the right side up, then you close the door and you hit start. What happens? Now, I know most people listening to this are thinking one of two things. One, Dave has finally lost his mind. That's probably partially true. Don't get me wrong. Or two, popcorn pops. And neither of those are right. Well, Dave lost his mind might be partially right, but neither of those are inherently right. Here's the thing. Nothing happens. Not a single thing. You hear the noise from the microwave and that is about it. At least for the first 30 seconds so. And then you hear pop. A few seconds go by, another pop. The more seconds, the more pops. That is social media marketing. A lot of what you're learning and will be doing will take a little bit of time at first to gain traction. And that is okay. I promise you, it will happen. Much like that popcorn going nuts and turning into a bag of buttery and salty goodness after not doing a single thing for a while, that's what happens with social media marketing. You'll be scared of trying some stuff. You'll get a few leads here and there. But being consistent creates that popcorn effect. And before you know it, you'll be wondering how so much of your business comes from something free and so powerful.